Deepwoken used to be a pretty fun game back in the beginning of verse 1 to verse 2, saying that as a verse 2 Christmas player, by the way. It looked pretty great. The ganks were fun. You could boss raid if you were skilled enough to do so, and the builds you could make varied from troll posture break builds to absolute hell. Unfortunately, it went from great to grim. Clowns with meta builds running rampant thinking they're good just because they can land some guard breaks. AI-focused cheese builds, I am looking at you flamecarm users, and depressing clone trooper builds. I am gonna explain why, and how this game has already reached the breaking point and got broken beyond repair. You used to be able to simply learn the game's mobs and get rewarded for doing so. You progress your build. You get certain loot that you do or don't want. Now, in order to get the best gear, or rather make the best gear, you're forced to dedicate a slot to PvE just so you're able to last in the Diluvian mechanism, and to at least be able to deal with the enforcers that the enmity spawns. The irony is that new players only have one slot and they can't get more than 3 slots for the game without paying. Tragic, I know. This leaves out a PvP build, a PvE build, and a bank build. This in turn becomes a retarded move, as you have to literally sacrifice a slot to make a build that will farm armorer needles and enmity gear, just so that you could be able to at least last in a gank. Oh, did I mention a gank? Well, this warrants for. That's right, today's ganks include the most cancerous builds ever. They are able to cut through 30% physical players down like a go-fuck-yourself degree laser through a Californian house without blue roofs. You have the clone trooper clowns who think they're the best just because their Nepa Baby build is tanky and has a block break, and the cheese builds that could probably rival Hiroshima and Nagasaki in size. They beat down the average players because it's the meta, forcing people to become metamancers, thus continuing the vicious cycle. Now onto the horrible balance. Look at Bloodfuller. Look at the Guiding Star. They were busted on release. You couldn't even touch the Guiding Star players if they knew what they were doing, and the Bloodfuller builds could turn you into an atom with a single swing. Oh my lord, where do I even start? The optimization is dogshit. The server TPS is dogshit. The only place where you wouldn't lag as hard is a Chime server, which should never be the fucking case. If you're a dev and everything is forcing you to go to a ranked or casual fight in a predetermined space instead of the open world you so desperately want people to fight at at least be able to fight, then you're doing something wrong. Very wrong. But the Deepwoken devs got so full of themselves that they started blaming Roblox on the lag, even though criminality and other fleshed out. Roblox games don't have any lag at all. No Timmy, Roblox servers got upgraded in the game's servers. Ping is on a literal randomizer, which should never be the fucking case since the dev team consists of people who made optimized games, including rogue lineage. Why can't that be the same with Deepwoken? I guess with enough pride and money, you just stop listening to the community and listen to one person. You know who it is very well. Now we are coming to the source of the cancer. Or rather...
You know what? No. Let's not use AI for this one.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, may I present to you Lil Timmy's Blade Ball Sword. Or whatever, yeah, if he knows, but I don't really give a shit.
That's right, the very first domino piece that led to the culmination of hell itself. A sword that a dev deliberately hid from the testers and wanted it to be his very own spec without it actually being a spec. The ultimate cuck of handing it over to the luckiest man in Eastern Lumen. It turned out to be the most busted weapon at the time of its release, along with the most retarded drop rate. Yeah, Lil Timmy wanted a special powerful sword for himself, and look how it turned out in the long run. Good shit, Archmage. Keep on enabling these devs more. I'm sure your game won't be as dead as Rogue Lineage in the long run. Oh, and speaking of Archmage himself, Archmage, I'm Archmage. Didn't you promise us an open world later 2 after you finish the goddamn dungeon? It still isn't here. Didn't you also promise us Conquest? Hell no, it's not even here. It's just League of Legends slop that is gonna be scrapped anyways. In short terms, Archmage is basically a boy that makes promises and breaks them in the shittiest ways possible while gaslighting people that he didn't really promise that at the same time. Considering the fact that he can't hold on to his promises and that it's repeatedly proven that his dev team isn't doing that much in Deepwoken, but rather focusing more on a slot-tizing game that'll die within a month. Shoutouts to Runeslayer, by the way. That's a great speedrun you got there, Cetro. It's safe to say that we aren't getting an open world layer 3 area, nor are we getting the central luminant. All you guys are gonna get is a half-baked central luminant, half-baked layer 3, and fuck you, you're getting multiplayer Skyrim, except you can't put mods on it. Only the admin of the server can. Well, after all this has been said, I just want to say that I quit. I'm not gonna bother with a dog shit game with devs that just refuse to listen to the community. It's a game broken beyond repair, devs not maintaining it properly or not even maintaining it at all. Layer 3 is not saving it. I am going to warn you again, Layer 3 is not saving Deepwoken. No amount of content or bug fixes can save this shithole. And even if it does, it's too late. It's gonna be a triple digit player count game by now and a shadow of its former self. I'm not gonna even tell you to boycott the devs. It's not even fixable anymore. Just take my advice and quit the game. Watch them try and negotiate with you with good updates. Just remember to never look back. It's better this way after all. And I suggest finding a good single player game to play instead. Personally, I recommend Kenshi or Cyberpunk, but you can play whatever the hell you want. You just need to find a game you actually enjoy playing. This has been Land Talks. I'm out. Peace.